Well, guys, I'm very excited to be back with you to be filming another motivation video. I've been a bit behind in filming my weekly motivation videos, or I should call Traveezy Motivation. But we are back, and this week's topic is a topic that holds really near and dear to my heart, and that is the topic concerning baseball motivation. These takes are not rehearsed. I do not write down what I'm going to talk about or what I'm going to say in these videos. It's just kind of me going off of just knowledge that I've gained, advice that I would love to share with you guys. So, like this video is baseball motivation. So this is for athletes that are currently playing the game of baseball, and this honestly applies to athletes from all levels. Whether you're at the major leagues already, whether you're in the minor leagues, or whether you're in college playing baseball, whether you're in high school, or even if you're in little league. Any opportunity, any chance that you get to be playing baseball, I think that there's something to be gained and learned. So a little background about me, as I am inspiring to be a future baseball player, inshallah. Some of you guys will come to learn I'm a very religious person. I have a close relationship with God, and in Arabic, Allah, we say is God. So when I say things like Arabic terms, just so you guys, the people out there that don't know what those mean, but so for me, I'll be honest with you, and this is a true story. So I love the game of baseball as a kid. Like when I first got exposed to it, watching it, or even just playing it, I was about 9 years old when I first started playing it. Now some little leaguers or some parents, like, you can get your kids in baseball a lot earlier than say age 9. That was just how it was for me with my parents. And of course my brother, he went in around the same time, so he was probably about like 7 or so. We're 21 months apart, so I was about 9, he was about 7, and I just fell in love with the game, and at that point in Little League, like, honestly, it was just all about having fun. Like, I can remember making friends that I still have, close friends to this day, that I made from playing baseball. And for me, baseball started to take a turn. I'm just going to jump forward to my freshman year in high school. So my freshman year in high school, we had this conditioning program for baseball players that were going to be trying out, and it was basically like practice Monday through Friday. I don't remember if it was 5 days a week, but I want to say it was like about after practice, after school, like from 3 to say it was anywhere from like 4 to 6:30 or 7, like, a good 2.5-3 hours of practice. And I went to this practice every day. Like, I went every day, but honestly, my whole freshman year of baseball was a failure. And when I say it was a failure, what I mean by it was a failure, I didn't have the right mindset. So I think that as baseball players, we need to realize that we need to have the mindset to be successful. And there's a quote I remember reading. I don't quite have the name off the top of my head, but this person talked about that baseball is 90% mental and 10% physical. So when you put that into context right there, 90% mental and 10% physical. So really, baseball is a mental game. And from what I've learned and what I've understood about the game is you really have to have a short-term memory, because you're going to fail. Say if you're a Hall of Famer, well, you fail 7 out of 10 times. You go 3 for 10. If you do that, you're a Hall of Famer, you hit 300. And I cannot think of off the top of my head, I can't think of anything in life that you could do and fail 7 out of 10 times and be successful. I mean, if you fail 7 out of 10 times in school, like, what's the end result? An F, right? And I can go on and on. We can try to applying this principle. What in life can you actually succeed at failing that much? And that's baseball for you. So I think you really got to have a short-term memory. If you strike out, you can't be thinking about that at bat. The moment you strike out, you got to think positively. You got to think about the next moment that you're going to be needed. And whether, say if you're a pinch hitter coming off the bench and you just struck out, so yeah, maybe that was going to be your only at bat of the game, or maybe you're going to go in for a defense. You come in pinch hit late in the game. So honestly, like, you got to take it moment by moment. And if you strike out, you got to be thinking about the next moment you're going to be needed. So whether that's your next at bat or whether it's defense in the field. So if you strike out, don't think about that at bat. Just move on from it. Like, you can't go back and change what happened. And I know that a lot of us hitters, I'm a hitter myself, I'm an outfielder, we want to think that basically, so we want to think like, oh, I missed the fastball right down the middle. Or maybe you came up and there was a runner at third base with less than 2 outs and you struck out. And all you had to do was hit a ground ball to the right side of the field, or hit a fly ball deep enough to get that run in from third. So we're going to have moments as hitters, and what we have to be able to do is we have to be able to bounce back. And when I say bounce back, I mean you got to have it up here mentally, because you got to think that you might be needed later in the game in a similar situation, or who knows, maybe even a more dire situation like bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and you're down by a run and you're up to bat. So you can't get caught in the moment. And another thing is, like, if you're playing defense and you're gonna hit the next inning, I know that I'm guilty of this when I played a long time ago. So I'm 21 now. I'm currently working to become a Major League Baseball player right now, and I understand that it takes a lot of hard work. Recently, I had actually strained my bicep tendon while working out at the gym. So the last couple of weeks, I've kind of been on recovery mode, just trying to get healthy, inshallah. And I'm getting healthy now, so I'm getting back to working. And, the mindset that I have and the mindset that I'm trying to share with you guys to have, and that I want you guys to have, because I want to see you guys in the future do great things in baseball. Those of you that are passionate about it, I do not want you to go down the route that I went down. So that's why I'm basically sharing you my story. And so for me, what happened my freshman year playing baseball, I didn't have the right mindset. So honestly, all that I really thought about and cared about was what people thought of me. That's literally what I thought about. I thought about what the popular kids at my school would think about me. Anywhere from my parents, my friends, my teammates, my coaches. Like, I couldn't be myself as a baseball player. So because of the way I was thinking, I didn't have success on the field. Not only that, but I failed to have fun or have the passion. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't have fun at all, because I enjoyed my traveling. Being on the freshman baseball team, we did a lot of traveling, and I thought it was really cool to experience that, to go to different high schools and even just to be on the field and to know that I'm on a team. It felt really amazing. And I think that's something that you can never take away from me, because that was something that I went through in my life, and it's a period of my life that I enjoyed. I love the game of baseball, and that's why here I am at the age of 21. I'm striving to get back, and for me, I'm 21 now. A lot of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys are things that I've just learned now as a 21-year-old. So that's why I'm trying to put this out there for you guys to learn, so that you don't make the same mistakes I made. Maybe you're a 17-year-old and you're watching this video right now, and you might say, yeah, that's me, that's what I did. And what I mean by that's what I did, you used to think about what people thought about you. And so what I've learned at the age I'm at now is that you can't think about what people think about you. You just got to be able to, I think the only opinion that really matters is what you think of yourself. Like, if you believe that you're a Major League Baseball player, or you believe in your abilities, you believe that you put in the work, your body's going to take over on game day. Like, if you've been grinding hard in the gym, you've been grinding hard behind closed doors. And one thing that we always see nowadays is you want to give it 120% when a coach is watching you, or maybe a scout is watching you, but you don't want to give it 120% when nobody's watching you. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody. Maybe you're at the gym at 3 a.m. and there's nobody there except the workers, and who knows, maybe they're on their phone at the front desk, so they're not even watching you. You feel me? They're not even watching you. People don't know that you're putting in the work to one day become a champion. It's you and God. God is watching you at all times. So, you know, however many people may be watching you, you got to have the same mindset. You got to believe that, what I like to say, you got to treat every moment as a baseball player like it's Game 7 of the World Series. Think of every practice, every time you hit off the tee, every time you throw a ball. Think about when you're warming up with a friend or at practice, that you're going to be entrusted to make a game-saving throw to save Game 7 of the World Series. So I'm going to be sharing a couple clips with you guys of a baseball player by the name of Salvador Perez. I'm going to run through the clips, and after the clips, I'm going to talk to you about why I chose to put these two clips together. And so right now, enjoy these clips from Major League Baseball. I do not own any rights to them. Clan of the Clouds, he's a really good music producer. Let me know if you guys are interested in getting any beats.